Hi, this is Jane here from Crystal Sparkles Readings. I'm just here to do a card for today for you. I just want to apologise for not being around for the last few days. Not been able to do the card for today for a few days. So let's have a little look and see where we are. Hi there on Periscope. Thank you for joining me. I'm just going to pop down a card for today for you, so you can have a look and see what the Faulkner Tarot has got in store for us today. Okay. Our card for today is the Judgment card. Judgment card is a really interesting card, actually. It's a major arcana card, so it's a big card. It's important, and it talks about often us being asked to make some kind of decision, and it can often be about second chances. And when I look at this card, quite often when it comes up in answer to a question about, is somebody coming back, or is somebody coming back to me, or are they going to be around me again? Am I going to get a second chance? Are they going to get a second chance? So quite often when this card turns up, that's what it's talking about. And it often means that, yes, there will be a chance to rekindle something, but it needs to be rekindled in a new way. So it's something that can come back, but it can't come back in the format that it was in before. So specifically around exes, you know, exes tend to be exes for a reason. And absolutely, there can be really successful rekindlings of relationships, but they can't be exactly as they were, because exactly as they were didn't work, clearly. So there's something new. Now, this Judgment card is very clearly either a sunrise or a sunset. Now, it depends on the energy of the reading as to how I read that. So quite often I'll see this card as a new beginning because it's a sunrise. It can also be read the opposite way around, and it just depends which part of the card I'm drawn to and the energy of the person that I'm reading for. When I'm doing a daily card, in terms of a daily card, it tends to be making a choice. And it's really, really interesting, because I really don't want to look at politics at all, because I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sick of all this nonsense that's been going on with the in or out of the EU. And but it's really interesting that that's the card that's come back today, because it is talking about us needing to make a choice, and it's almost like a real choice. It's not just like shall I go this way, shall I go that way, with an opportunity to kind of go back and change that later on. This is kind of a choice that is the choice, the end. I'm making a choice now. It has to be one way or the other, and that's the way I have to go forward. It kind of feels, when I'm doing a daily reading, that we're making that sort of choice. It feels like it's quite dramatic and it's quite a big choice. So it's interesting that that card has come up for us today. You know, in a personal reading, it can be about second chances, reconciliations, all of those things. In this particular case, in a daily card reading, I tend to feel like it's about being called upon to make quite a hefty choice, which is very appropriate for today. I'm just going to pop down a little energy card, oracle card, to kind of support this. Here we go. And this is really interesting, because this is about the heart chakra. Okay, this is about when you go to make this choice, this decision, whatever it is around you today, be the big old choice that's in front of all of us in the UK, or whether that be your own personal choices. What it's saying is to follow your heart, and I think that's quite important, especially when there are lots of people around you trying to have an input and trying to have an opinion. It's very important that you follow your own judgment and your own heart. So, you know, it's about cutting away all the old rhetoric and the old nonsense that's around, and deciding for yourself what you feel is the right thing to do. I would always say, you know, get in touch with your heart and your intuition and follow that, because that won't lead you astray, and it will lead you in the direction that is right for you. And that is, at the end of the day, the most important thing, that you make decisions that are the right ones for you. And those things are really personal, you know. We're not all the same. We don't all need the same things. So it's really important that you choose today what the right thing for you is. So absolutely no intention whatsoever to talk about politics when I first started this, looking at this card. And I don't really have any intention of talking about politics now, because, like I say, I'm pretty sick of it. You know, we all make our own decision now. So all these cards are saying is, make your own decision, make the right decision for you, and follow your heart. And that kind of really is what they're saying. So it's really interesting how appropriate those cards are. And the Faulkner Tarot works like that. It very much works in that way. It is very appropriate, and it will always tell you what you need to know. So like I say, I'm absolutely sick and tired of hearing all about this blooming politics stuff. The last thing I wanted to see in the cards was that. But it's saying what we need to know. What we need to know today is it's important that we follow our hearts and that we do the right thing for us. So that's kind of where those two cards sit for me. I will leave those with you. Hopefully be back again tomorrow to do another card for today, around about the same sort of time. For now, you guys have a really good day. I'll pop this up onto YouTube as usual. Do please have a little look for me there. I'm Crystal Sparkles on YouTube. Do follow me, because I will be putting up some quite interesting videos over the next, it won't be this week because it's just all gone a bit wrong this week. But hopefully next week I'm going to be putting up some quite interesting little looks at different types of cards, different ways of reading, some sort of interesting stuff about tarot. So not just daily cards, but there'll be some interesting little takes on how to work with different decks. I'll leave that with you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will speak to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.